So if you've seen some of my previous videos, you'll notice I've been doing some homebrew looking up of games and such. I did a video on NESworld.com where they have a bunch of free games and stuff, and a lot of them are actually pretty good. Some are not so good, but I wanted to show what remains, and this game is actually really good. I'm a little confused on it still. I'm not sure if the person just has an incredibly good sense of humor or is just overly woke to the point that I'm not sure how they get out of bed in the morning. It tackles things like pollution, and there's some schooling comments in there and some smoking comments, and smoking's not good, of course, but like right here it says, today started out solid with a bowl of Lucky Charms cereal. I like that little, I mean, Lucky Charms is still a cereal, but this is referring back to, you know, kind of like the 80s and stuff like that. And I really actually enjoyed this game. I'm leaning towards they have a very good sense of humor because they make comments on both sides that are kind of irritating. But when you look at it from a comical sense, it's actually pretty funny. But yeah, you'll see there's a game gets dropped out of a car that's going by, and there's a lot of narration in it. If I do jump ahead and stuff, so like the narration, it's actually really good. The storyline I thought was pretty good. It follows the game really well. And overall, I think a lot of work had to have gone into this. I still have not beat the game yet, so I don't know how long of a game it is, but I'm basically on the second mission right now. First part is the smoking mission, and then as you see throughout the video, there is like a pollution segment and stuff like that. So it kind of moves on, but you can talk to a lot of different people. Goofy things like right now, cover of Time magazine. Finally, people will learn about this culture and stop repeating the same mistakes. You know, there's goofy things like that. Filled with all the goodness from the nation's best agribusinesses. So there's just things like that. There'll be a teacher comment coming up here and stuff like that. I mean, it attacks everything, all the woke things, which make me think it has to be for funny reasons, because it is kind of funny when you think about it like that. But yeah, so I'm just walking around here checking things out to show it for example. I'll probably cut ahead here in a moment, but you'll see that once I get outside, I can run around the city, and then I'm going to go to Michael's place up here, but he won't be home. And it basically says you want to stroll around, and from what I can tell, I've actually played this part a couple times because I started it over when I decided I was going to do the video on it. Once you've gone into, what I can tell is all the buildings, or talk to the people that are blocking your pathways that later open up and stuff, that person moves away from the door, and then you can go see Michael. So, you know, you got the tobacco shop, which you'll talk to people in there, and they're acting like back in the day, like the, you know, I am actually an ex-smoker. I do not promote smoking at all. I'm glad I quit, but I remember my teenage years, it was not that hard to get cigarettes back then. And of course, the quit anytime. Actually, I don't remember ever saying I could quit anytime. It was very difficult to quit. But yeah, so it's kind of funny. I remember that argument, but there's no proof. I mean, anytime you inhale anything, even if it's a campfire, it can't be good for you. But yeah, so you got, you know, conspiracy people and stuff. I mean, it pokes fun at a lot of stuff. Here you got a construction person. You'll see they're blocking away there. That does later open up once you finish the first part. And then right north of there, or up of there, the diner, that's where your mom works. She's in the green dress right there. And we'll talk to her. And you can talk to all the people in here, make a comment, like the girl in the white dress on the left. She's making a comment. I don't know if that's supposed to be an apron or a dress because she does work there, but she'll make a comment about not being able to see any customers, even though there's customers in there. And the previous person making the comment about the taste. I actually do remember that when I quit smoking, things did taste better. That is true. But yeah, so I'm going to jump ahead a little bit here. I mean, you'll see like down there, the electrical, there's a person there, and you got to talk to that person. There's the aerobics up there. You can go up there. Very Olivia Newton-John jazzercise-ish. But you'll see the person still not out of the way because I didn't talk to everyone. But I'm going to jump ahead here until... and you'll probably notice there's a little glitch there. I don't know what that's all about, but... it didn't affect any gameplay. But yeah, I'm going to jump ahead here until I have talked to everyone and Michael is ready to be spoken to. So now I'm back at Michael's place, and one of the things I should mention too is I did cut a pretty big portion of the story out where you're looking at a TV in a window at the electronics store that talks a little bit about what you see on the cartridge. And I did that intentionally because I really do suggest, I don't want to spoil everything, I suggest playing this. There is actually, someone has a long play of this game on YouTube. I wouldn't watch it. It's not that hard of a game. You just got to look around and stuff. And sometimes I think those kind of spoilers, if it's a really difficult game, I'll admit I'll look at it. But not to get too off track here, this is actually pretty cool. You got to hack the cartridge or whatever you want to say. I got lucky and knocked the thing up there, but it's kind of like a Breakout game, which actually I love Breakout. And or Arkanoid, and once you get the key, it opens up like this hidden conversation. And as this one here shows that it's talking about the first secret, and you got so Alan Kittenstein is one of the people you see in the video I'm talking about that got cut out, so it makes more sense who this person is and stuff. Well, here it is, posing as an air quality expert to spread false information. And this is, well, the first part, you're tackling the smoking thing. So once you have all this, then you get a whistle, which you can blow at people to alert them of the current issue. So right here, you'll see press B and blow the whistle and reveal the secret. And so I'll go up to Michael and I'll try it out. And of course, be like, hey, go tell your mom. So that's what I'm going to go do. So we'll jump ahead real quick. I'll go over to the diner and you'll see what happens there. Yeah, so now we're in the diner here. And I'll go hit the B button on Mom and button. And she goes through this whole thing. I kind of like the idea where she's kind of like, you're not, like, what are you guys into? You're not up to anything again. Kind of makes it feel like if something ever was to happen with this, you could actually get a... right here she says it. You could get a sequel or prequel out of this game, because so far I've actually been really impressed with this game. This has actually been really good. And so you'll see she because of the new news, no smoking's allowed, and everybody makes a comment about, you know, that's different from what was said before. And you'll see that when I go to try to leave, Michael calls, which I kind of find funny because, you know, that's actually something he would have had to do, take a guess. I mean, Michael probably knows that her mom works at the diner, so that'd be a place to call. I remember having to call my friend's house, track people down. I remember calling one of my buddy's wives. If I couldn't find him, I'd call Burger King. A lot of time he'd be there. But yeah, so Michael's all freaking out because someone stopped by the house. So we'll jump ahead till I get outside. And then you'll see once I'm outside, I have to go back here. The construction guy, I'm going to run past him. It's open, and here's the park, and got people doing jazzercise, talk to a few people out here. I'm not going to talk to everyone in the park here. I'm going to jump ahead to what kickstarts the next mission. And here it is. You'll see that there's a scientist, and I'll talk to him. I'm going to cut a lot of this out because I want you to play. It's a good game. I want you to play it and see what kind of things there are. So I'm done talking to the scientist, and Michael shows up on his bike. And as I'm talking to him, you know, we talk about what the scientist talked about, pollution, stuff like that. Got to find a reporter, you know, everything's on this cartridge, the game cartridge. And Michael will, you know, talk about his uncle with the awesome name Richard and say how he's a reporter, and then take off, not telling me where he's going, which is kind of annoying because now you got to find where this place is. But it's not. It just head right and go and just look for open doors. Not too big of a deal. But yeah, other than that, I'm not going to go much further than this. I actually haven't played much further than this. I have played a little bit further, but You do have a secret hideout on top of a tall building, which is kind of, I think, is kind of neat. But and then it kind of steps up from there, and that's actually where I stopped playing. I'm looking forward to get backing into it because it gets a little more espionage-ish, I guess you could say, from there. But yeah, I highly suggest playing it. They did a good job with making the game. It is interesting, and you know, if you like it, share it. I'll put as much as I can in the comments about the people and stuff, and where to get the game, and you know, where to get the Messin emulator. If I forget, you know, remind me in the comments. I do read all my comments. It's not hard. I don't get many comments, but yeah. Other than that, I hope you liked it. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.